Hey, how's it going? This is Krembo from Emotional Crypto Trading, and today I'm going to talk about Bitcoin, run some price analysis, and check the total market cap for the entire space because there is a great pattern which I wanted to share with you. So let's go ahead and do this video quickly, shorter than usually. We've got a price of the Bitcoin at $5,705, $1.6 billion volume in the last 24 hours for Bitcoin alone, out of 3.5 billion for the entire space, which means we are almost 50% into Bitcoin as volume, which is quite a lot. That's why we all know the entire spotlight is directed to Bitcoin right now. As of hard fork coming in about 10 days, it's going to be on 25th of October, and people want to get Bitcoin Gold for free on the same quantity they have of Bitcoins in their balance at that time on 25th of October. Have to be prepared for that if you want it. Now, I'm not going to tell you in the zero presentation if it's a good option or not, if that's what you have to do or not, because we don't know a lot of the things so far, and it's still not the time to talk about it. So let's go ahead and see basically the market analysis. Bitcoin compared to Tether, USD, 4-hour candlesticks for Poloniex right here. Pretty quickly, we're going to do this helpful video. We've got an uptrending resistance and supports over here, but as well the entire channel is an uptrend, no matter on the downtrendings, timings, because all the cryptos, stocks, or whatever that's being traded has ups and downs. What matters is this bottoms, like I'm just making it, we've got a bottom over there, we've got a big bottom over here, right? And we've got another one basically over here. These are basically higher highs, right? So they used to be considered as the way they look like lower highs. Or what are we talking about? The other ones, these are actually the higher highs on the top of the channel, right? So as long as after every single bounce back and retracement crash, the way you want to call it, whatever it is, we're setting up a higher level from the previous one. We're in a uptrend, and that's gonna happen for the next years, in my opinion. On average, we're always going to have this type of lower highs on the bottoms. You see, for the first time we had it around 1,541, then 1,863, then 2,935, and the next one probably is going to be around $4,000 or so. Depends when that crash or pullback is going to happen. We're still not there yet, because what we're into is, I'm going to zoom in, I'm going to share with you. Currently we've got a great support zone at $5,500, right? This one, as well as the uptrending channel support line, which is this trend line over here, is sitting pretty great, because whatever the price goes down the way, even below 5,500, whatever goes down below that, it's still inside the uptrending channel if it's above 5,000. If we're coming down the way below 5,000, then obviously it's going to be a psychological triggered the market even lower for sure, and that would represent a pretty quick sell out of your position for Bitcoin. But we're still far away from there, and there are no signals of that happening as of right now. So definitely that's something to consider. We actually got stuck at $5,859. That's currently the all-time high for Bitcoin, and we're basically expecting whatever type of movements, but still we're looking to be inside the uptrending channel, right? So if we're still coming down to 5,100, 5,200, we're still above 5,000, which is our psychological barrier that we need to be above in order to sustain the structure. Now, considering that in the next days we got the hard fork, a lot of people buy into to get us Bitcoin Gold, and that's definitely helpful Bitcoin, considering a comparison or a battle between Bitcoin and altcoins, right? It's definitely helping right now Bitcoin. So that's our current situation. something else that I wanted to show you around the total market cap, and we're looking at it right here. Do you see a pattern? I can clearly see basically a pattern, and right now we've got the V shape right there. Here's the V letter basically, which represents the V shape. Here's the V letter as well. So if you look at this one, I've been putting it into paint, and I'm trying to share it with you. The way it looks like, it's something like this. Oops, let me just do that once again. This is the way it looks like right now over here. So we're having a parabolic movement. We're coming down the way, the first pullback, the second parabolic, the second pullback, and the third parabolic, which is at the level basically of the last all-time high in the market cap. The last time we got stuck, right? That triggered us down the way. So that's the same thing. First parabolic, first pullback, second parabolic, second pullback, and the second time basically at the same level when we were getting stuck for the last parabolic movement. Now, if we keep continue like that, this is the way our chart is going to look like in the total market cap with more or less volume, right? So that means we've got a breakout over here. We're continue high. We're coming down the way basically to the level of the last breakout, which supports us and bounces up above, breaks out, and comes down the way again to the same level of the last breakout and goes above. It breaks out and it does the same. This is the way basically it looks like so far. Just take a look at this one. We're going up, we're coming down the way, we're coming, recovering, going parabolically, finding a top, finding a lot of resistance, coming down the way, finding huge support for the entire space. And right now basically we're kind of the same level for the previous all-time high of the entire space, which represents over here. This is where we are right now. This is basically where we are right now. So right there we've got a resistance. We got to break out of this, go higher, and we're going to have a pullback at the same level basically of the last all-time high, and then we're going to increase back again basically, and so forth. Keep having the same pattern repeating over and over again. This is the way it looks like until the market is not going to mature. I've told you, till 2019, 2020, till we don't have a couple of trillions in the entire crypto space, it's not matured in my opinion. So there's still a lot of space for this movement to repeat. Something like this, right? It's going to repeat in the market cap, because there is a lot of buzz around the crypto space. So what it matters is for these low positions to create a higher low, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low. Always basically set a deep at a higher level. That's the most important thing that we need. And that's exactly what I was discussing basically around Bitcoin. Just take a look at this one. We've got one over here, the next one over here, the next one over here. So always higher and higher. And the same thing happens basically for a lot of the important coins in the space as of right now. Now, this is a quick video basically explaining the way I can see these and the way it repeats over and over again till the market is not going to mature, and then obviously we're not going to just create continuously lower highs basically from every single button. It's going to have movements like this, right? Like the stock market basically, which is way different than the way the crypto space is moving, that always has lower highs. Stock market is not moving like this anymore. Crypto does, because it has enormous potential and it's just about to grow out of the early stages. We're always going to have these breakouts. We're always going to have these breakouts, right? This boom, breakout, 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 and the same thing happens over here. We have a breakout, the same thing happens. Breakout and breakout and so on. We keep going, we keep pushing high, and that's what it is. So that's kind of all about today's video presentation. Straight to the point. I've tried to explain it pretty quickly, the way it looks like the future of Bitcoin. I can see this one floating around $15,000 in 2018. So that's what we could expect by the way the market moves, as well as implementation is going to speed up. There's going to be more advertising, and the volume needs to reach pretty quickly 10 billion a day when there's normal market movement. Not every time, as right now it's 7-8 billion a day when the entire space basically has something major going on. Whether we're recovering after a huge parabolic movement down the way, then we used to have big volume. Basically, prices are recovering quickly after a huge dump. When there is a bottom, people buy hard. Traders are buying the good prices, discounted ones of the altcoins and so forth. Now, we're going to see how the battle is going to be between the altcoins and Bitcoin over the next days, because that's the big question out there. Will the altcoins be able to keep up the positive and bullish movements without any sort of upcoming retracements, considering that the volume, the majority of the volume goes into Bitcoin as of right now? People sell out of altcoins and buy into Bitcoins. That's what's happening in the last 2 weeks on average. So we're going to see what's going to happen in the next 10 days, which I'm sure we're going to see some retracements and pullbacks in the altcoin markets, some bloody days out there, because it's definitely focused on the Bitcoin as of right now. So thank you so much for watching this video presentation. If you have enjoyed, where do you see the market cap moving like that or not, as well as the price of Bitcoin for the end of the year, which might be around $7,500 if we're able to approach $6,000 by 25th of October on the hard fork. After that, we might expect a retracement, a pullback till 4,800, 4,700, depends basically at what pricings we're going to close as all-time high, nearly 25th. We might be 24th, 23rd of October, depends on a couple of circumstances, and we have to run the market analysis at that time. So if you enjoyed this video presentation, feel free to like, share, dislike, whatever you prefer. Like to engage in my video. Right there you've got a comments area. Thank you so much for watching. Although if you want to become my one-on-one student of my private coaching program, feel free to check the first link in the description area. Thank you so much once again, and talk to you next time.